people, it's your girl Adiola. First of all, thank you so much for all the compliments on our last episode about dairy production in Nigeria, the herdsmen issue and all that. We got a lot of compliments. Yes, Koledowo really tried. He really worked out on that one. So thank you so much for all the compliments on that episode. Don't forget that once we get to 500,000 subscribers, you finally get to see Koledowo's face. Oh shit! So if you're yet to subscribe, you're the one that is delaying us from meeting Koledowo. We've been wanting to meet Koledowo for so long. Press the subscribe button so that we can see him live and direct. Anyway, so today, before we get into the main issue, the cocoa of the issue is that the Nigerian government is once again fighting with Transparency International because they said Nigeria is corrupt. Can you imagine? But before we get into that, huge shout out to the doctors and nurses, all the healthcare workers at the University of Ilorin Teaching Hospital in Kwara State for successfully separating conjoined twin girls. And these are the pictures of the girls looking very beautiful. Congratulations to their family members. And speaking of Ilorin, it looks like Kwara people really mean business. So, do you guys know that they have truly cancelled pensions for ex-governors and their deputies as so many states in Nigeria promised to do this last year. We even talked about that on this show. But now Kwara State is actually doing it. I am so proud of Kwara State, and they can now divert that money into developing the state. I've shared on this show before that in Kwara State, a former governor is entitled to pension for life, which is an equivalent of the annual basic salary of the incumbent. So whoever comes in after them, they're getting paid the same amount of money. There is no need for a former governor to still be getting paid full salary of a sitting governor. Can you imagine? Plus, furnished 5-bedroom duplex, 300% of their salary for furniture, free medical treatment for themselves and their families, even abroad, car maintenance allowance, drivers, house maintenance fee, 2 cars, in addition to 1 escort vehicle, domestic staff, including cook, steward, gardener, 2 SSS details, plus police officers following them around. I mean, it's just too much. It's just ridiculous. So kudos to Kwara State for following through on their promise. We appreciate you, Otoge. Now to the main issue of the day. The presidency in Nigeria is upset. They're very upset. You know, do well with Maoga. Why? They said because once again, Transparency International said that Nigeria is corrupt. In fact, we now rank 149 out of 180, the worst that Nigeria has ranked in the last 13 years. And as usual, the presidency is very upset, calling Transparency International all kinds of names on Twitter, saying that they are owned by opposition members. I mean, everything that they don't like. Who is calling me on my show? Calling Transparency International all kinds of names on Twitter, just like kids. Saying that they are owned by the opposition. I say, I have allergies. You know, do well. Let me look in case you're watching. You know, do well, Maoga. You have no shame. Like, seriously, I don't know how else to say it. He's the presidential spokesperson, by the way. Anyway, the one that baffles me was when my father had the audacity to say that the presidency is not responsible for the corruption index, that it is the people of Nigeria. I said, what?
It's not a judgment on Buhari or his administration or its war against corruption. It's a judgment on Nigerians.
Can you imagine? Hey.
The two that they dwelled on are essentially Nigerian problems. Vote buying, all this thing about thuggery. Is it Buhari that is a thug? We are not doing thuggery.
Are you sure that Buhari is not a thug? As in, nobody thought about it until now that you said it. The one that we know is that Buhari is a bad boy.
Why she said I thought? I mean, just started though. We just said we will still tackle Buhari. He has been a bad boy. Yeah. He has been a bad boy.
Thank you, my sister. But now you are adding on top of it that he may be a thug, because we didn't think about, is he really a thug or he's not? Like, wait, is the Malam trying to suggest that Nigerians are thugs? No, don't beg me. I said don't beg me. What kind of, what can fa? Allergy. Do not let me look you in the eye. What can fa now? What kind of nonsense? Anyway, we'll pretend that you did not just disrespect us Nigerians. We'll also pretend that you sincerely don't know how to do your job. So we'll help you just a little bit. We'll give you some recommendations. Every year you act as if you don't care about this Transparency International index, but you actually do. Every year you go on Twitter, you start yapping people, yapping Transparency International. It looks like you are desperate to climb up in the ranking. So we have some recommendations for you. Ladies and gentlemen, how Nigeria can climb up the Corruption Perception Index ladder. Amen, somebody. Ladder, ladder, ladder. Oh. Ladder, 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 ladder. Our Lord Jesus is the ladder. Oh, thank you so much. Our Lord Jesus is a ladder. Number one, stop paying yourself so much money while the minimum wage is 30,000 naira. Ooh! While doctors, teachers, civil servants are underpaid. Nurses are underpaid. Your salaries and allowances all scream corruption. How can the president and vice president be spending 9 billion naira on food? Exactly what are you eating? Why should you eat better than any other Nigerian? It's a question. Let us know why you should eat better. Even in families, normally parents will make sure that children are well fed before they even eat. Even the job that you're elected to do, you are not even doing it. Yet you are spending so much money on food. The devil is like, same thing with our lawmakers. Their salaries and allowances are outrageous, and all their spokespersons, like my father's, I think they're getting paid too much money. If not, I don't think they will be saying all this nonsense on social media. So number one, cut down your salaries. Amen. Amen. Number two, Alhaji Gabache will move closer. In case you are writing, please write this down. Stop censoring media outlets. Let the Buhari administration stop censoring the media. Stop censoring media outlets and stop arresting journalists. In fact, get rid of this your social media bill. Yes, it's not helping anybody. Let Nigeria be a true democracy where people can express themselves without fear. Do not forget that this administration came by social media, and now you are trying, father, if you don't want thunder to visit you, get rid of the social media bill. Number three, stop going after protesters burning, for example, Lekki Gates. Yes, it is still haunting you. And stop hiding behind stupid names like Operation Crocodile, Operation Water, all kinds of animal names to kill and silence Biafrans. Whether Buhari agrees with them or not, he has absolutely no right to open fire on Biafrans. Number four, stop intimidating whistleblowers. That is self-explanatory, hopefully. Number five, when it comes to fighting corruption in Nigeria, use the same yardstick for everybody. Stop all this nepotism and favoritism. Stop being selective in your fight against corruption. Stop going after opposition members every time. You're just going after opposition members alone. Look at the governor of Kano State, Ganduje, who was seen allegedly collecting bribe. Allegedly, but we saw the video. The man was collecting dollars. You have not done anything about it. Transparency International has that video, of course. I know that all these governors have immunity. Maybe the first thing we need to do is to even get rid of their immunity, because they're getting away with so much in the name of immunity. But even if you can arrest him, at least condemn what he did. Let the people know that you are standing with the people. But the fact that Buhari just dismissed it as if it's nothing is heartbreaking. It tells us that he's a culprit. We are not calling him names, but it tells us that he's part of this when he's not condemned. If you're not condemning something, then you are tolerating it. That alone will shoot Nigeria from 149 to 130 instead of you getting upset and abusing everybody. Also, the petroleum ministry said that they spent 98 million naira on flyers. And Buhari being the petroleum minister, he appointed himself as the petroleum minister. He's a president, so they probably will not arrest him. But he needs to be held accountable because he made himself the petroleum minister. And so this is his department. He should be held accountable for all the atrocities happening at NNPC. It's just that so much has happened, and he has never taken responsibility for anything that has gone wrong at NNPC, especially all the money that have been embezzled. Number six, stop padding the budget with ridiculous things. Look at last year. You cut down the health and education budget. Ogabwari, you have no shame. And you decided to spend 27 billion naira on the National Assembly. Who does that? That is corruption. And what is the update on the Asoro Clinic? Do we even know? You've spent more than 13 billion naira on the Asoro Clinic, yet you keep going abroad for treatment. Do we even have paracetamol now at Asoro Clinic? Do we have gloves? Because they said we didn't have paracetamol, we didn't have anything. What do we have? What is the update on the clinic? Number seven, increase the salaries of our police officers. Benny, give them health insurance, give them other benefits so that they will stop extorting money from the citizens by the roadside. The police are killing us too. They keep collecting bribes. They keep killing people in the name of money. It is your fault because you are underpaying them. Do them well so that they can start respecting civilians. Number nine, be transparent about all the COVID-19 donations. Amen, somebody. Now COVID is really affecting people in Nigeria. This second wave is worse than the first one, and we still don't know what happened to all the donations. You think Transparency International did not know about all the food that you kept in warehouses that people discovered themselves? Number 10, and more importantly, follow the money. There is no transparency whatsoever in this, your government. Accountability to the public begins with you. Also, if a government or the people within the government feel like nobody is watching them, it still becomes much more seductive. So you have to be transparent and hold other people accountable. Finally, why don't you just go on Transparency International's website? They have a list of recommendations of things that you can do to improve on their index. Malam Gabashewu, if you are that upset, take a minute and study all these recommendations and then sit down with Oga Buhari and work on these things one at a time instead of you yabbing people. Very soon you will no longer be number 419. I mean 149. you actually climb up on the corruption perception index. In fact, they specified everything for you on their website. So Alhaji Garba Shehu, once again, with due respect, stop disrespecting Nigerians, stop calling us thugs. And yes, your government is the one responsible for the corruption perception index. Has nothing to do with the people. If the head is sick, what can the rest of the body do? My father in the Lord, don't worry, we'll see each other someday. You guys not do much. Guess what? I'm just keeping it real. So, moving on to South Sudan. Oh my goodness, it's been so long since we talked about South Sudan. South Sudanese people, we are very sorry. Blame it on Koledo. But real quick, South Sudan is changing their time zone from February 1st. Actually, they've started. So they changed it from East African time to Central African time. Wait, what's that? Trump evangelical group. I was talking about something very important. Seriously, isn't it too early for you to start all this? Like, you need to get your act together. This is a new year, new revolution. What was I talking about? I lost my train of thought. Okay, what's the next thing? Yes, Malawi. Actually, are you sure that this is from Malawi? Anyway, we saw this video by Vacuum News, supposedly from Malawi, where this gentleman was talking about an accident that happened, but at the end of it, he said that some people died good deaths, some died bad deaths.
There was an accident on M20 road whereby a lorry hammered it was like a missed accident with a lorry na minibus. 12 people have died. Luckily enough, 7 people died a good death. But the others, it was a bad death.
My Oga, in case you are watching, sir, which one is good death, which one is bad death? Malawians, please help us to understand in the comment section. First of all, who is this gentleman from Malawi? We would love to know him. Second of all, which one is good death, which one is bad death? Meanwhile, in Uganda, Bobby Wine wants to challenge the results of the recent presidential election. As you guys know, the election was allegedly rigged, and Bobby Wine and his wife were detained in their house for days even after the election. According to the Electoral Commission, Museveni won 100% of the votes at 348 polling stations. 100%? Bobby Wine is saying that that cannot be possible. Do you think that Bobby Wine has a chance of overturning the result of this election or not? Let me know in the comment section. And then, our favorite Kenyan governor, that is 45-year-old Governor Mike Sonko, remember him?
Party after party, after party after party, yeah. Party after party.
Oh shit, party after party. Yes, the man that added alcohol to his care package for COVID-19. Him now, he was impeached though. I'm so sorry. I mean, he was accused of corruption, mismanagement, among other things. We've been talking about that for a long time. I said, hey, yeah. And just like that, they removed my uncle. Can you imagine? So that happened a month ago. Now the issue is the new governor, that is Madam Anne Kenano Muwenda, was confirmed and sworn in within 5 to 6 hours. And this has brought mixed reactions among Kenyans. Some Kenyans said that it was rushed. Some people said, what does it matter if she's qualified? Some people like her, some people don't. Kenyans, let's hear about your opinion of the new governor of Nairobi in the comment section. As for my uncle, I hope that he at least continues to make music. Thank you very much. You know, when I think about him, I always remember my other uncle, that is Uncle Dino Melaye.
You are just here on the farm to enjoy yourself. And for the first time, see what Dino Melaye is having fun, man. And now you see, now I'm coming to relax. Wow, this is fruit. Yeah.
Did I ask you to? I didn't ask you to play. Where's my slippers? Let's get out. So Uncle Dino has not changed. Ah, father. No, did I ask you to do? I was still... you are losing your job. Okay guys, as you already know, whenever I see great opportunities, great products, I bring it to your attention. Yes, it's an ad, it's an advertisement. I get paid to tell you about it, but I make sure that the things that I advertise for you on this show are great products and great opportunities. So I've been telling you guys about the opportunity to get into real estate through Life Card Company owned by Madam Grace Ofure for about a year now. I've shared her story on this show, how she went from being a palm oil seller to becoming a real estate estate mogul. So first of all, those who bought land from Grace Ofure last year when I advertised for her, I'm so excited to tell you that your 300 square meter, which you bought for 5 million naira, is now worth 8.4 million naira. The 450 square meter, which you bought for 7.5 million, is now worth 12.6 million. And the 600 square meter, which you bought for 10 million naira, is now worth 16.8 million naira. Without you doing anything, in less than a year, your money has made millions of naira for you, father. That is if you want to sell. In fact, I asked her, did any of my viewers contact you to sell the land that they bought from you? She said no, that none of you is willing to sell. Because she has buyers, people that wanted to buy from those of you that bought the last time. She has buyers, but she said that none of you is willing to sell. I said, that is very smart. You guys should leave it for another year or two. Let it appreciate even more before you sell Ujari. But the reason that I'm talking about her today is there's another opportunity. I want you to be aware that in about 2 weeks' time, Grace Ofure is launching Lagoon Front Properties, which she calls Spring Island. She has so many clients, by the way, from oil-rich companies like Shell and so on. Many of them foreigners. They will be coming to this launching to buy multiple plots of land from her. But my agreement with her has always been, when you're selling new properties, let me know ahead of the launching day so that I can tell my viewers. I said, give my viewers a discount before you sell to the oil-rich people. Not that many of you, my viewers, are not. I know many of you are rich as well, but I wanted you to take advantage of this opportunity. Ordinarily, she would make more money if she waits for the launch. But when I called her, like, hey, madam, let us get some discount before the launching day, she said it's fine. If anyone comes through me before the launching day, that she will give them 10% discount, but that is if they pay everything up front. So if anyone is interested in owning a lagoon front property at Springs Island, this is not the ocean that may overflow and get flooded. No, the lagoon doesn't flood. And on top of that, they even sandfilled it by 2 meters above sea level. Also, you would have access to speedboats to get to Ikoyi in a few minutes. It's close to Lakowe Lakes, Lakowe Golf Court, Omu Resort, the Spring British School. It's located in Bogije in Lakowe. Anyway, right now, these are the pre-launch prices after claiming the 10% discount that you get if you tell her that you're from me. So right now, you can get 300 square meter for 6 million naira, 450 square meter for 9 million naira, and 600 square meter for 12 million naira. And you don't have to be a Nigerian to own any of these properties, by the way, so anybody can buy it from her. But if you would rather wait till the launching day, she will be adding 20% to these prices because she had the pre-launch prices, which was cheaper than the actual launching price, and then on top of that, she added the 10% discount to the pre-launch prices just for you guys. But on launching day, she has customers that are willing to pay much more. So if I were you, I would take advantage of this. First of all, do your own research. See if you can find another lagoon front property for this price that comes with the C of O. I don't want you to think that I'm forcing you to patronize her because she would pay me to advertise for her. No. But the fact that you get the C of O with your land is what is priceless in Lagos. And then if you've done your research and you're interested, then call her. And even if you don't have all the money at once, call her to reserve your spot. I'm sorry, she said no paying in installments. On this one, you cannot be paying in installments. Everything has to be paid one time in order for you to get it at this price. So you have like 2 weeks to gather the money if you're interested. And according to Auntie Grace, after buying at this discounted price, if you want, you can turn around and sell it on the launching day, which is happening this same month. She will find you a buyer and you can make quick money. I believe you will make like 20% of whatever you pay her. So don't forget that you can also contact helpmewaka.com to help you inspect the land if you're serious about it and you have doubts. Helpmewaka.com, they will send people to go there. Help Me Waka will even do live video with you if you want, for you to see the land with your korokoro eyes. It's so funny because I heard about a viewer who sent a family member to go and inspect the land that she wanted to buy, and the family member said to her, why don't you just send me the money directly? I will find you a better deal for less. So the family member was interested in her sending the money to them. So instead of that, she sent a friend, and the friend went to inspect the land and said, this is a great deal. Will the family member find you this kind of land that comes with the CFO? If you are not buying me, I will buy. So this woman bought the land, and now her land has appreciated by millions of naira. So if you want a neutral party emergency, contact helpmewaka.com. And speaking of helpmewaka.com, they don't just deliver groceries to the doorsteps of your loved ones in Nigeria and Ghana. You can now buy phone credits for your loved ones on their website. And it's very simple. All you need is just to enter the phone number of the person that is getting the credit and the amount that you want to buy. That's it. The person will just get an alert that they've been credited. Also, if you have shares that you've forgotten about or you are not able to claim the dividends, Nigerian government has announced that they want to borrow some of the money. You better contact helpmewaka.com to help you get your dividends before the government borrows your money. In fact, if you go on this website, which Help Me Waka sent to me, you can search for your name to see all the shares that you have. They will come up. And then you can contact helpmewaka.com to help you get your dividends. Plus, they are still legalizing documents at Foreign Affairs Ministry in Nigeria and at the embassies of any country that you need. That is for those living in Europe. And I think they're doing that for Ghanaians as well. Lastly, if you want to donate food to any foundation in Nigeria or motherless baby home or orphanage, helpmewaka.com will help you deliver the food. I was like, oh, that is so sweet. You can feed some kids anonymously if you want, or if you want them to know that it's you, but they will deliver the food. I know that this is a lot for today, but the cocoa of the matter is get yourself a lagoon front property in Lagos. You can call Grace or you can visit her website, that is lifecardcompany.com, where you can chat with someone on WhatsApp. The WhatsApp logo will come up, so you can either call them or you can send them an email. All I just want to make sure is, if you're interested, reserve your spot before the launching day. There's no need for you to pay the launching price when you can get it 10% off. And if you're not interested and you know someone that may be interested, please forward this video to them on time before the launching day, just so that they can take advantage of this. And like I said earlier, do your own research. I don't want you to think that I'm pushing you to buy land from anybody. No, do your research. And also, if you've patronized Grace Ofre in the past, put something in the comment below. Let's know how your experience has been like. All right, you guys not know much. Guess what? I'm just keeping it real. Before I sign out, if you enjoyed this video or any of our videos, please share it on your Facebook page or your Twitter or your Instagram page. All right, y'all, it's been real and I'm keeping it right up in here. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And if you're yet to subscribe to our YouTube channel, we're watching you on Plasma TV. Press the subscribe button. Let's get to 500,000 subscribers. Until next time, I'm gonna see you all later. Peace out.